Okay, can you hypnotize an epileptic? Yes. I've had several people that have told me to never hypnotize an epileptic. Now, they never could give me a single answer as to why to not hypnotize the epileptic. I'm severely epileptic. Okay, since I started doing hypnosis regularly, my seizures have gotten much, much better. I don't have to take, I don't have to take nearly as much medication as I used to. Now, I have actually inquired to other healthcare providers, like licensed healthcare providers, what's the deal? Why can't you hypnotize an epileptic? What is that bad? Why is that bad? Not a single one of them could tell me why. Because they said, of course you can hypnotize them. It's probably going to be fine. They suggested that depending on the type of seizure, hypnosis might be a really good tool for them. Since it's slowing down your brain waves into a form of sleep, the only time that it would be dangerous is if the epileptic has seizures when they sleep, which is kind of rare, but one can make the argument that other people have seizures when they sleep. Other people have even worse problems when they sleep. But since your brain waves actually drop into theta for trance, it's not that bad, So my only thing is this is the way that to not hypnotize to be careful with the hypnotizing the epileptic. Don't use lights if they're photosensitive. That could cause a seizure. I do eye fixation, just like with anybody else, but everything I use is pretty much blank. It's not going to trigger a seizure. I'm very careful because I have epilepsy. So, everything in my house, is gonna be safe. I am a photosensitive epileptic. Some people might want to use a hypnoscope. Don't use the hypnoscope on the epileptic. That could potentially be a problem. Pendulum, it depends on what you're doing. But here's a little secret: nobody uses a hypnoscope and nobody uses a pendulum. Or a pocket watch. Well, they use a pendulum on certain things, but it's usually never for actually inductions. It might be for something else, but it's pretty much never for inductions and the hypnotherapy itself. And the hypnoscope, the spirals, nobody uses that. It is basically movie. It's basically from the movies. We use it to kind of make jokes, but that's basically ends up being about it. But this whole hypnotizing an epileptic thing, the falsehood that comes across, is really near and dear to my heart because, quite frankly, epilepsy, I've lived with it for a number of years, and hypnosis has helped it. So, I do recommend that any epileptic first double check with their neurologist first. That's par for the course. You do that anyway for any medical condition. And I don't single out epileptics at all.